It's time for another Dice Tower review with the Chief, Bart Brunsheen.
All right, well, we always kind of do a family thing at our house, and the Dice Tower's fond of fathers and sons or fathers and daughters. So why not Django and Boba? All right, what had happened was I'm working on finishing the basement. I went and found an old box that had my old 12-inch tall Boba, and my boy's ecstatic because he had the full-size Django, and father and son were reunited. So they're gonna join me today for this review. I'm actually this will be a series of different games that I am calling the Laura Hughes Collection. Brief story, and then we'll get to Sushi Go. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio for a work-related convention. It was okay, but it's always hard being away from the family. And I actually reached out to Cincinnati board gamers just to see if they had any open game nights that I could go join. And right off the bat, I got a response from Dan, and I'm going to say your last name wrong, but I think it's, oh boy, Adelin? Oh, that was right. Dan Adelin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And he wasn't able to make it to a game night that was going to work for me due to some of my scheduling stuff. But he put me in contact with a wonderful woman named Laura Hughes. And we had never met, we had never chatted on BGG, and she actually said, hey, come on out to this game store. Sorry, I can't remember the name. It was kind of a little tiny one, just outside of Cincinnati. And we'll game, and I'll see if I can bring some people. So I show up, there was another very nice young woman there, and we sit down, and Laura had this wonderful collection of games, many of which I'd never even played. One was Sushi Go, which we'll talk about. Another one was K2, which I now bought, and we'll talk about later. And another one, which I can't get and Tom won't give me, is Robinson Crusoe, which I love. And hello, let's get the reprint out, okay? Because I will buy it. So, but again, before I get into the review of Sushi Go, I just wanted to say how wonderful the board game community is. I'm in a whole different state, a strange city. I reach out via BGG, and immediately I got a date to go play some board games in a completely unfamiliar surroundings. I found familiar people, even though I didn't know them. Games I'd never played before, but it was gaming, and I had a blast. So I just had a great time. Some of the cops thought it was weird that I was going out to play games. I don't care. All right, I'm gonna tell you, that was the best night of my trip there. It was awesome. So, Sushi Go. Think of card drafting and Seven Wonders simplified in a deck of cards. Obviously a sushi theme. We'll go in and take a little bit of a closer look so I can just kind of show you the cards. But I'm telling you, and I know Tom's already done both a preview and a review with his girls on this, but if you want an entry-level card drafting game, this is it. It moves quickly, the theme's nice and light. Card drafting of this type, just like Seven Wonders, this game handles up to 5, but it's so fast, you know, everybody just takes a card, pass and flip. So you can't go wrong. Let's go in and I'll just do a very brief lookout and then we'll come back. Sushi Go. Again, think Seven Wonders. Super light. Hello, super light. All right, I will agree with Tom with one thing here. I'm going to just show you these scoring cards. The idea is supposed to be, hey, I have 3 points. Hey, I have 33 points. Again, okay, get the concept. These darn things are always sliding around. Usually I can just kind of, hey, did I have 33? Did I have 37? Write it down or do whatever you want, but not really necessary, somewhat confusing. The game simply works, typical card drafting. I'm not gonna go into each one of these different cards, but there's an aspect where you save your puddings till the end, and the person that has the most puddings gets 6, and the one with the least gets -6. This is a game of card drafting that's done in 3 rounds. So everybody's got their deck of cards. Boom, boom, boom. I get my deck, I flip it over, I take a look, I pick what I want, put it down on the table. Everybody's done picking. We pass our deck to the left. I take my new deck. Of course, everybody's flipped over. By the way, this is sashimi. And if you get 3 of these down, you're going to get 10 points. And everything kind of scores similar to that. I'll show you some as we go here. So here they come again. And you know what? Look at this wasabi. First of all, I love wasabi. But if I can lay some wasabi down, the next nigiri I get is going to be ×3. So I go ahead and set that down. I pass the deck. Whoop, whoop. I get my new deck. Look at this. Oh my God, I got some squid nigiri. It's worth 3. That's the best one. So I lay it down. Boom. That's now worth 9 points instead of, you can't see it. It's worth 9 instead of 3. So that is it, folks. It's passing around. Now you do 3 rounds. So once this is exhausted, you can now do your handoff in the reverse, and then you can reverse it back or crosswise or whatever. I usually just go clockwise and then counterclockwise and then back clockwise again. And if I keep spinning this like this, you're not going to like this much. Sorry, that was wrong. So you've got puddings. You've already seen the sashimi. You've got some tempura. You want to get 2 tempura to get you 5 points. You've got a nice little sushi roll thing where what you're really counting is the number of sushi rolls up here, and the person that gets the most in that round will get 6 points, and the person next in line will get 3. And there's little sushi battles that go on. So again, this is a light card drafting game. I think it's done perfectly well. Great way to introduce card drafting to those that haven't used that mechanism, and an awesome filler. And that is it. Sushi Go. I should say one more thing before I say Sushi Go. If you get chopsticks, and I won't be able to find them, you get the chopsticks in here, you basically take the, what am I doing? I can't find it. You get the chopsticks, you take that in your hand and lay it down. What you can do is when you get another set of cards, I can take 2 instead of 1, and then I put the chopstick back in and yell Sushi Go. Hello, isn't that cute? All right, I'm back with Boba and Django. I personally think these guys are gamers. They haven't seen it, but you know the wargaming's going on. Hello, that had to start at a young age. And then why not work in some of the Euro? You've got to be good at making those decisions, you know, very precise, playing further ahead. Theme, it's the Star Wars universe. Of course, they would be into thematic games. Not saying it would be the favorite, but come on. You got to get out and stretch and relax a little bit. Back on Sushi Go. Get it if you want to train, maybe that's not the right word, but if you want to kind of open people's doors to card drafting. My wife had no idea what it was. She'd never heard of the mechanism. We did a short little game, and she's like, wow, this is great and very accessible. Yes. So go ahead and give Sushi Go, give it a shot from the Laura Hughes collection. See you guys. Chief from the Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.